Every time it rains, that's a reminder.
Yeah. You see the rainbow.
And you see the rain.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And look what they're doing with the rainbow.
Right.
Oh, look what they
To
did.
show you how the Lord is going to completely just burn this place up. And Yahweh said in Luke 17, he said that it will be as the days of Lot. You know, as the days of the word of Lot's time, that's going to be coming to the Son of Man. So that's how you know what time it is. That's how you know that we here. We are here.
Yeah, the scripture speaks about despisers of covenants. That's the part because the Lord did make a covenant with all flesh. And the token was that with the rainbow. But hey, we're in the generation of where people, they don't uphold or honor or revere covenants, you know?
Children grow up and they see the rainbow and they actually associate with alphabetism.
Yeah.
That first thought that come to children's mind, you born after 2000, your thought ain't, oh, that's the Lord's promise to not flood the earth. Your thought is alphabetism.
Yeah.
You know how dirty that probably looked to the Lord? That thought is in people's minds?
That's okay to you.
Because of Esau.
There's a plug over behind the curtain.
Okay, yes.
Go ahead, Genesis 7.
Yeah.
Genesis chapter 7, verse 11.
And what we want to do is we want to describe the flood, how it happened, what happened afterwards. You know what I'm saying? The instructions that were given, because we coming up on our flood of fire. You know what I'm saying? We know the mark of the beast is coming. We telling you the build up to the fire.
Right.
From the smith that blew at the coals to the pushing of the MOTB. All that leading up to fire. Go ahead.
Genesis chapter 7 and verse 11. In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the second month, the 17th day of the month, the same day were all the fountains of the great deep broken up.
All the fountains of the great deep. You know what I'm saying? Just keep going.
God, it says, and the windows of heaven were open, and the rain was upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights.
Check this out. In the Bible, the number 40 symbolizes a period of testing, trial, and spiritual preparation. It frequently marks a transition or a major turning point, such as the 40 days of the flood, the 40 years of Israel in the wilderness, wandering around, the 40 days that Yahweh fasted in the wilderness. So that number 40 is huge. You see? It rained for 40 days and 40 nights. And what was that doing? It cleansed the earth of wickedness.
We had 40 years of peace in the Holy Land.
You see that?
Yeah, hey, Elijah was on the when he was on the mountain. When the Lord pretty much came to him, he was in the mountain for 40 days.
You see?
You know, when he received the instruction on, look, I left them to be 7,000 men. They ain't bowed the knee to the image. That was 40 days.
Come on now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Apostle
40.
Tahar that came up on 40
40
years
years.
each.
That's right. Yeah. Man.
You see? But go back to the flood.
God.
Where you at?
It says, Genesis 7 and verse 13, it says, in the self-same day entered Noah, Shem, and Ham, and Japheth, the sons of Noah, and Noah's wife, and the 3 wives of all his sons with them into the ark. They and every beast after his kind, and all the cattle after their kind, and every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth after his kind, and every fowl after his kind, every bird of every sort, and
Bro,
they
the Lord saved more animals than people. Let that sink in. Let you know how wicked they was back then.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He saved one family, one house, and animals.
8 souls.
8 souls.
Man.
When you go to 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter, in the 15th, 16th verse, it tells you salvation is going to be like a wave compared to a drop. A wave could flood a coastline. A drop of rain could fall. You might not notice that it happened. The Lord never deals with big numbers of people when he talk about saving people.
Right.
But you got these Purple Ranger niggas and the wristband niggas. They just all about numbers. It's like, the Lord don't even work like that. You not reading?
Well, who was that said that? I believe that was that Judas Maccabee who said it's easy for the Lord to save by few or by many. You know what I'm saying? So it's you know, like you said, it's like the situation with Elijah. You know, he heard, you know, all them different things happened, and the Lord wasn't in any of them, and he was in that still small voice.
Yeah.
You know, it just shows you the power of the Lord. You know, and that's why, you know, like we are looked at as nothing. You know, but here it is, the most powerful information on the planet is coming out through people that the world deems as nothing, nobodies. You know, but that's how the Lord works.
Okay, going back Genesis 7 and verse 15, it says, and they went in unto Noah into the ark.
That's what I'm saying. They went into the chariot to be delivered. Salvation is to be delivered from destruction. You see? I got saved from a whole life of sin when I was in my 20s. I hooked and hold my whole 20s. I gave my life to Jesus when I was 50.
Hey,
And I've been saved ever since.
they say I found Jesus like he been lost. Well, Jesus, yeah, but I found
You know what I'm
the Lord. The Lord been there the whole time. How you found someone that was already there?
And you've been saved all this time. Right?
If I may say real quick, it's heavy in that verse. It says they went in unto Noah into the ark. They went in unto Noah. So they had to go to Noah first to enter into the ark.
Same way you gotta go to the prophets.
Just like as we got to go through, we have to go through Yahweh Shai to enter into that door. And like what the priest Yawanda said, now in today's time, the people have to go to the prophets to be established. It's the same thing.
Because the prophets pretty much are the ambassadors for Yahushua.
That's right.
That's it. I got a precept.
Bring it out.
Isaiah 26 and 20. It says, come my people, enter thou into thy chambers, and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself as it were for a little moment until the indignation be overpassed. For behold, the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. The earth also shall disclose her blood and shall no more cover her slain. So that enter into the chambers is figuratively speaking about us going into the chariots, man. Until the indignation be overpassed, because there's gonna be no way that you're gonna be on the planet Earth.
Wiggling around.
Here, especially here in America, while the earth is rocking to and fro like a drunkard and everything, you're just gonna be cool.
Especially,
Go ahead.
especially if you're an Israelite. There's
Right.
not an Israelite that's going to survive. That's not going to be taken up into the chariot.
Yeah, right. Here in America,
Right.
Yeah. Because you're gonna have people you're gonna have other nations and people that are still gonna be around the four corners, like beholding the destruction of America. But it's gonna be chaos all over the place because the 2/3 is specifically here.
Yep.
But you have rebels that are gonna be worldwide that are still gonna be bucking up.
Rooted out.
And then that's when, at that time, that's when, judgment's going to begin to happen whenever we come back down off the chariots, man. We're going to be judging and also having mercy, too.
And you might have clowns that are here in America right now going against the doctrine that go to other countries.
Yep.
That's part of the rebels because they weren't afraid.
Yep.
And then you have camps that have been established around the world of individuals that are spawns of these guys.
That was
That's a
on
good
that.
point. That's a good point you made.
All right, go ahead. Read down to 20.
Genesis chapter 7 and verse, let's see where we at. Verse 15 again, it says,
And so like that's why the scriptures say that we see through a glass darkly, but then face to face, because the glass is becoming more and more clear the closer we get to the end. That smoke is like clearing off, through the eye salve, through the hyssop of the truth, that stained glass is becoming clearer and clearer.
Genesis chapter 7 and verse 15, and they went in unto Noah into the ark, 2 and 2 of all flesh, wherein is the breath of life. And they that went in male and female of all flesh, as the Most High had commanded him, and Yahweh shut him in.
Yep, male and female created he them. You fast forward to now, they got all these other so-called species or whatever, right? That's what I'm saying. But that goes into the wickedness that's gonna bring fire to this place. You see, it's way. It's the same thing going on, but we seeing it in our version.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We seeing it in the future. Right. All the prophets saw the future. They saw what was gonna lead up to the Lord crispifying this place. You see, Babylon the Great was made to be burned with fire.
Man.
You see, that's why it's called a whore. That's why it's called a harlot. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
It's made to be crispified.
Yeah.
To use your word.
Genesis 7 and 17, it says, and the flood was 40 days upon the earth, and the waters increased and bare up the ark, and it was lifted up above the earth.
That's heavy.
Bruh.
Lift it up.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Ooh, that's heavy.
Had to get above sea level.
Bruh. The highest mountain got drowned.
And they will. They would say that and for a little bit further.
You know what I'm saying? They said the water was on the earth for 150 days. How many months is that?
150. Shit. 12, 20.
months.
You know what I'm saying?
Change, something like that.
Come
You
on
imagine,
now.
bro. Just water, just death for 5 months.
Come on now.
Yeah.
And then after that, after that, Noah was giving instructions.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As soon as they got out the ark, he made the altar to the Lord. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So
Then he planted a vineyard.
yeah, like
Well, he.
That vineyard, you know what I'm saying? That's the same thing we gonna do pretty much.
there you
Yeah.
go.
We go plant, we go get we go off, you know, we
Boy.
go get them seeds, everything gotta be replanted.
Mhm.
We'll fix the
The
earth.
first thing. Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's what I'm
Sure,
saying.
the Lord got some stored away.
Yeah.
These devils are trying to destroy all the seeds of everything. The Lord got all that stored away somewhere, somehow. You know?
That's right.
Yeah, and they said the water lifted them up. So I think in 1 Peter 4 it said the water saved. They were saved by the water. You
Man.
know.
Hey, what's it like?
No.
His affliction, in a way, is gonna be a saving to a lot of us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
In our situations, man, it's gonna be like a relief out. It's gonna be saving.
Well, it was like that in Egypt.
Yeah.
You know, the same affliction that came upon the Egyptians. It was pretty much when we was in the land of Goshen, we was good.
Yeah.
All those particular plagues that happened in Egypt, it didn't befall us, man. You know, specifically like when the lice stuff came and the catamaran and all that kind of stuff. It tells you specifically like it didn't befall the children of Israel.
Right.
So we gonna Lord willing, we of that number. We gonna be good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The water became a terror to the world because it flooded everybody, but it saved the 8 souls. Just like when we see now the fire and the chariots coming, like it says in Zechariah, where it's a curse that come about the earth. It's a curse to everyone else, but it's gonna be salvation for us.
Yeah.
Because it says, only with thine eyes shall thou behold the reward of the wicked. You know? So you got it like the Apostle Tar just mentioned, one of these videos I just did, that pretty much the elect are going to be the ones that see the destruction here in America.
Right.
Because the other people around the world, they're not going to be able to see it. You know, they're going to be able to hear about it, see the smoke probably, but there's going to be a ringside seat for the elect looking straight down
Boy.
on this place. That's why the Apostle John was able to write about it.
Right.
You know?
Makes sense.
It's going back to Genesis chapter 7,
Yeah. 18.
verse 17.
17.
It says, and the flood was 40 days upon the earth, and the waters increased and bare up the ark, and it was lifted up above the earth. And that's spiritual. That's what the ark, spiritual ark in these times is going to do. The chariots, Revelation 15 says, and the waters prevailed and were increased greatly upon the earth, and the ark went upon the face of the waters. And the waters prevailed exceedingly upon the earth, and all the high hills that were under the whole heaven were covered.
That's heavy, that proves too that Noah followed the Lord's detail to a T.
He had to. You could be a centimeter.
Anything.
It would have been through.
That's
You
it.
could have a centimeter off on anything. There had to be
Yeah.
cutters to wood. That
Yeah.
had to be cut.
Yeah.
Boy.
With the certain side, the right weight.
Yeah, man.
Right. Yep.
So
Mm-hmm.
the same way we gotta divide the truth.
That's it.
It's a scripture that says it just like that.
Right. Rightly
Right to divide.
Rightly
divide.
divide, yeah.
Play skill. Yep. Yep.
Building the tabernacle is precise.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's the tabernacle being built now. You know what I'm saying? The Lord was very, very detailed on every cubit.
Particular.
Particulars. If you build a house, if you a carpenter, and you building a house or something, you off, that whole foundation can just be thrown off, and everything can go to ruin.
So you got to follow the chief cornerstone.
Yeah, because like with dealing with carpentry, if you start off and you're a half inch off, you're gonna chase that half inch all the way up to the end of the,
Damn.
the whole building you got to keep, adjusting for that half inch.
Wow. Dang. Man, wow.
Yeah, that's shit.
Now let's jump to when Noah when they got out the boat.
Okay. Let's see.
Verse 15 of chapter 8.
I got a quick
Okay.
one. This is Wisdom of Solomon 14:7 in the GNT. A blessing was on Noah's wooden boat that allowed righteousness to survive.
Man.
But a curse is on an idol made by human hands. So it was letting you know there was idol worship going on. And Noah, basically was the one to extend the culture, the name of the Lord, everything that was needed. Sacrifice.
Yeah, and then they both made out of wood.
Yeah.
Yep. That's right.
If you get that in Wisdom of Solomon somewhere, I think it's 12:4. It said they were saved by Because
Wood and vessel.
a wood, it said a wood of no value. Because people look at wood, it has no value. But that wood, it saved them though.
Yeah, it's
Through his
go-
faith. Go ahead. Now, the gopher wood.
Yeah, gopher wood. Pretty much, it's not that it's insignificant wood, but it's pretty much, you got all the top tier wood that was there, but the Lord just chose this basic wood right here
Right.
in order to carry on his heritage from the prior time to the next. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, damn.
Pre-Diluvian era to the next era to come.
Chooses basic men that don't look like
There you
much.
go.
So he gets the glory.
That's right. That's right.
I typed in on ChatGPT the benefits of gopher wood and water. It says strong and durable construction, high resistance to rot and decay. So it's a wood that it doesn't really rot that much. Good performance in wet conditions.
There you go.
Worked well with the pitch that the Most High instructed Noah to apply inside and out.
And built for the test.
There you go.
Man.
It says gopher wood represents the Most High's provision of a means of salvation through the ark, which preserved Noah and his family, and water can represent both judgment and cleansing or new life.
That's First Peter 3. It's in the cypress tree family.
The
You
who?
go out there, go fishing, or out there on the lake, you see a lot of cypress trees in the
Yeah,
water.
okay.
Oh,
And
okay. That makes
they flourish in the water.
Oh, there you go. Gotcha. That makes sense. Those trees that be coming out of the water.
Yeah, it's resistant to mold and all that stuff you was going into. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't rot out.
Yeah.
Yeah. When Noah made the sacrifice after they got the boat.
Okay, let's see.
15, I think.
And then
8
from
and 15.
right, so it shows you how
14.
Noah felt by getting off the boat, being delivered. First thing he did was praise the Lord.
Yeah, sorry.
You know what I'm saying? Lord willing, we those men. Once we go into those chariots and that whole ceremony, however long that's gonna be, you know what I'm saying? First thing we gonna be doing is praising the Lord. We gonna be praising the Lord in the ships. You know what I'm saying? It literally describes how it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Genesis 8 and 11, it says, and the dove came in to him in the evening, and lo, in her mouth was an olive leaf plucked off. It says, so Noah knew that the waters were abated from off the earth.
I find it heavy that it was an olive leaf out of all the leaves that was found. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It represents victory, exactly.
It says, and he stayed yet other 7 days, and sent forth the dove, which returned not again unto him any more. And it came to pass in the 601st year, in the first month, the first day of the month, the waters were dried up from off the earth. And Noah removed the covering of the ark, and looked, and behold, the face of the ground was dry.
It's on the Sabbath too.
Man.
Boy,
First.
That rest.
the first
Day of
thing.
the first month of the first day.
Damn.
He needed that.
Wow.
Imagine him in that ark. He still was working. He wasn't there just chilling.
Oh, hell no.
Man, there was so much stuff going on.
Yeah.
I had to clean up.
That's what I'm saying.
Man,
He was getting ready for the first day after deliverance.
After different, yeah.
You know what
That's
I'm
right.
saying?
Yeah.
He was getting ready for it. It wasn't. He wasn't. No,
He needed that.
Like I said, he had work to do.
Yeah.
The Lord didn't say just go in the ark. He just for 5 months. He just no.
I just want to bring out what you just mentioned about the olive leaf.
Gone possible.
This is olive leaves and branches universally symbolize peace, hope, and victory. Across ancient and modern cultures, they represent reconciliation, renewal, and wisdom. That was a renewal.
That's
Yeah,
right.
that
Yeah.
That's right. That bird could have plucked off any old leaf it wanted to, but the Spirit of the Lord had to pluck off that olive. That's heavy. Wow.
That's right. Go ahead.
Genesis 8 and verse 14, it says, and in the second month, on the 7th and 20th day of the month, was the earth dry. And the Most High spake unto Noah, saying, go forth of the ark, thou and thy wife, and thy sons wives with thee. Bring forth with thee every living thing that is with thee of all flesh, both of fowl and of cattle, and of every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth, that they may breed abundantly in the earth,
And be fruitful and multiply.
There you go.
You see? Go ahead.
that they may breed abundantly in the earth, and be fruitful and multiply upon the earth. And Noah went forth, and his sons, and his wife, and his sons' wives with him, every beast, every creeping thing, and every fowl, and whatsoever creepeth upon the earth, after their kinds went forth out of the ark. And Noah builded an altar unto Yahweh, and took of every clean beast and of every clean fowl, and offered burnt offerings on the altar. And Yahweh smelled a sweet savor. And Yahweh said in his heart, I will not again curse the ground any more for man's sake. For the imagination of man's heart is evil from his youth. Neither will I again smite any more everything living as I have done. While the earth remaineth, seed time and harvest, and cold and heat, and summer and winter, and day and night shall not cease.
You see that? So the Lord was pleased with that sacrifice. Noah praised the Lord for delivering him. You know what I'm saying? And then he was giving instructions on how to move forward. You see? Now that we established that, now we want to move to what we dealing with. You know what I'm saying? As far as the precept to let you know that war is coming, and those prophecies and all those things that Jeremiah, Ezekiel, all the prophets see the same thing. You see? They all saw the destruction of Babylon the Great. You see? That deliverance, that consummation of the marriage between the bridegroom and the bride, which is Yahushua and the nation of Israel. The new bodies, the coming back down is New Jerusalem, the first day of forever, all that's to come.
Yep.
But we've been given that ahead of time. You see, we can see that vision. I remember a few years ago, I remember Elder Apostle Hall was talking about how he can see the destruction coming. He can see these people getting burnt up. He can see this. He can see that. You see, we can see what the Lord wants us to see. He wants us to see. He wants us to hate this place enough to watch it burn.
Right. That's why he left us here.
You know what I'm saying?
Keep it from evil. So the more you hear, you're going to hate this
It
man.
made it
That's
worse
right.
too over the past 5 years. It's gotten worse.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely turned up. Who has something?
If I grab this, just laying back on what we just read in Genesis 8, how after it was all said and done, Noah offered up a sacrifice, and it said that it was a sweet savor, in the eyes of Yahweh Shema Shah. But this is Ezekiel chapter 20 and verse 40 in the NLT. For on my holy mountain, the great mountain of Israel, says the sovereign Lord Yahweh, the people of Israel will someday worship me, and I will accept them. There I will require that you bring me all your offerings and choice gifts and sacrifices. Here's the point. When I bring you home from exile, when it's all said and done, second death, come back down out of the chariots, right, out of that ark. When I bring you home from exile, you will be like a pleasing sacrifice to me, and I will display my holiness through you as all the nations watch.
Let's go.
We'll be clean. You got it.
Yep, and that's the point. So just as, Noah came out that ark, he offered up that sacrifice and it was pleasing unto the Lord. Well, when the elect come back out that ark, when they come out of the chariots and the Lord, Yahweh Shai, brings us back to the land, that's going to be like a pleasing sacrifice unto the Lord.
All right, somebody get that 2 Peter again, because we about to transition. And then somebody get High Time to Wake Out of Sleep. Was it Romans 13?
Romans 13.
2 Peter what? Verse 3.
3? Yeah. And then whatever precepts y'all got,
For sure.
make it rain.
I started like with 3. Or,
Yeah, it's reserved under fire.
okay, further down.
It's like 10.
Okay, yeah. This is 2 Peter chapter 3, and I'll start at verse 10. It says, "But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away."
That's why I said that rain came like a thief in the night.
Right.
Man.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Go
Even
ahead.
though they were warned of the rain, still they were warned of everything. It still came like a thief.
Go ahead.
It says, 2 Peter 3 and 10, "But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up."
Now, how is that gonna happen? Somebody get the smith that bloweth the coals. Somebody hold
really?
Isaiah 9, where it talk about this war is gonna be fought with fuel and fire.
Yeah.
See, cause we ain't just telling you war coming, we telling you how it's coming.
How it's coming.
Who orchestrated
Isaiah
it?
54.
You know what I'm saying? We literally giving you the whole shebang.
The who, what, when, where, how, why.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Why is
Yeah, but just cause I can't tell you this is gonna be Saturday at 6 o'clock, then I'm the devil.
Right.
false prophet.
Okay. You can think what you want to think. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I'm saying. Peter is telling the prophecy of how it's gonna end. You see? And the Lord is gonna come in the midst of all of that. You see? So, bro, just think about Revelation 13 through 20. It literally tells you how it's gonna happen.
Play by play.
Blow by blow. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
The Lord called them plays, we execute.
I got that Isaiah. That's Isaiah 9.
I got the one.
Get the Smith that blow at the coals first, then get Isaiah 9.
I got that one.
Because Isaiah 9 is gonna go from fire and war to the kingdom.
That's right. Government being upon his shoulder.
This is Isaiah 54:16. It says, "Behold, I've created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire."
Right? I would say a smith back in the day, they was making swords. Right? You take the steel, you beat it into the shape, you burn it, then you cool it off, and then you kill people with it.
Artisans of metal, yeah.
Right? Go ahead.
It says, "Behold, I've created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I've created the waster to destroy."
I would say the waster is the nigga that created the missile. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
That's pretty much the point.
Okay, now go to Isaiah.
Isaiah chapter 9.
Now keep in mind, while all this science and technology and all this has been increasing, so has wickedness.
Right.
Go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 9 and verse 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise, and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's gonna go from the old way of fighting to the new way of fighting, man. They got drones and all kind of stuff now. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Keep going.
Verse 6. For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful, Counselor, the Mighty Power, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. Of the increase of his government and peace there shall be no end.
That's what I'm saying. But war is gonna have to bring that kingdom in. That's why it's going into that World War III. You see? So while this is all going on, what you got? 2nd Ezra 13. You got what?
John 3.
Countless precepts. Y'all, if y'all want them, get them. But that's what I'm saying. Peter is telling you that the Lord is gonna come back in the midst of all this war. You see? And that's what I'm saying. You ain't never seen thermonuclear war. We haven't seen that.
Right.
You see? Just like they never saw rain. You see? But that thermonuclear fire is going to bring in what the Lord said. He's going